Shalom. I'd like to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai. I'd like to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, double honors to the apostles and the elders, a great millstone that taught us his word. Yeah, I just want to talk about, that great whore known as, Babylon the Great, also known as America, and how these EU nations are going to turn on America and blast her with fire. Because, we're seeing that now through this Trump administration and how he's stirring up the pot internationally. You know, this newest thing that he's doing, putting tariffs on all these different nations and trying to take back the Panama Canal and take over Greenland. And now recently with the Gaza, he wants to, tear up the Gaza Strip and level that place out and rebuild it and displace all those, Palestinians that are over there right now. But that's stirring up the pot, ruffling a lot of feathers internationally, and eventually, as prophecy says, they're going to turn on America and blast it with fire. But I got this article out of RT News. It was dated February 3rd, a few days ago, titled EU States Prime Minister Issues Tariff Threat to Trump. So the EU is, threatening their tariffs back on America. Little things here, little things there, but the pot is boiling. And within these next few years, man, we could see this destruction. Possibly. With all this stuff that's going on. But it says the EU will be forced into a robust response if U.S. imposes tariffs on bloc's exports. Danish Prime Minister warned on Monday. U.S. President Donald Trump has threatened to impose tariffs on the EU unless the bloc reduces its trade deficit with the U.S. by significantly increasing purchases of American oil and gas. So, like, if they're, he's going to put these tariffs on them if they don't buy more American gas and oil. On Friday, Trump reiterated his threat, saying he absolutely plans to levy tariffs on the EU and claiming that the bloc has treated the U.S. terribly with its trade practices. He has not yet provided specific details regarding the targeted goods or the exact tariff rates. However, the saying goes, real wars start off as, trade wars. So he's getting to these trade wars right now all over the place, with China and now with the NATO EU, And China, they're part of the BRICS. And now he's going after the European Union. But yeah, that's the point. I'm not in favor of a trade war. I'm actually in favor of the opposite, that we trade with each other. But it's clear that if there is a very strong American pressure on the European market, we simply cannot do anything but respond harshly, she said. So yeah, he's ruffling feathers, man. They don't want to get to a trade war, but the saying goes, trade wars lead up to real wars, or however it goes. But the scriptures, it refers to America as Babylon the Great, and they're going to burn her with fire. This is Revelation 17:1, and there came one of the seven angels which had the seven vials, and talked to me, saying, Come hither, I'll show you the judgment of the great whore that sitteth upon many waters. And America is surrounded by waters, with whom the kings of the earth have committed fornication, and the inhabitants of the earth have been made drunk with the wine for fornication. So he carried me away in the spirit into the wilderness, and I saw a woman sit upon a scarlet-colored beast, full of names of blasphemy, having the 7 horns, having the 7 heads and 10 horns. Yeah, 7 heads, 10 horns represents NATO and the EU. Yeah. And that woman that sat upon it, on a scarlet-colored beast, the woman that sat upon the beast was America. Because America pretty much controls it. And the woman was arrayed with purple, scarlet-colored, and decked with gold, precious stones, pearls, having the golden cup in her hand full of abominations, the filthiness of her fornication. America's rich, but she's full of, filthiness in her fornication. All the philosophies and all that come out of America. And upon her forehead was the name written, Mystery Babylon the Great, Mother of Harlots and Abominations of the Earth. Yeah. Babylon the Great, that's referring to America, man. Let's get me down to verse 15. And he said unto me, the waters which thou sawest, there where the horse sitteth, are peoples, multitudes, nations, and tongues. Yeah, that melting pot. It's all different types of people that live here in America, man. All over the place, a melting pot. That's what they call America. And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire. So eventually something's going to happen to where these EU nations, man, these NATO nations are going to turn on America and burn her with fire, and they're going to hate her. It says right here, and he shall hate the whore. The whore is talking about America. So something's going to happen. We're seeing it. EU prime ministers threatening Trump with tariffs now. Over there in Denmark, they're talking about he wants to annex Greenland. But Greenland, I believe, is owned by Denmark. And they're like, no, you're not going to take that. So if Trump just decides to annex Greenland, meaning just to take it over, like they did with Texas and in Arizona, it's gonna ruffle more feathers, man. That may, it's gonna piss a lot of people off. Just more and more pressure that he's putting out here. It's just stirring the pot. But it says, yeah, man. And these shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire. So something's going to happen. So these places are going to hate the whore. They're going to end up hating America. And I believe, we're seeing this now to come into play. But eventually, this place is going to fall and be burned with fire. So Revelation 18:1. And after these things I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power. And the earth was lightened with his glory. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the Great is fallen, it's become the habitation of devils, and the hole of every foul spirit, and a cage of every clean and hateful bird. Yeah, because once this place is destroyed, it's going to become a desert full of desert creatures, man. Habitation of devils, none but, desert creatures and evil spirits, are going to dwell on this land. For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and all the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich, the abundance of her delicacies. Yeah, all the nations have, followed after the ways of America, man. You go over to China, they're all wearing suits and ties, and, they all have these big skyscrapers. It's not Chinese culture, to do stuff like that. But they're all following the ways of America. If you want to be a pilot, no matter what country you live in or come from, you have to learn to speak English. All the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through abundance of her delicacies. Yeah, everybody's gotten rich off of America, because America has become a very consuming nation. Nothing is being, mass produced in America. There once was a time America had all these industry, auto industries, all these different, everything was made in America, you know. But now all that's gone away, and America has become a consuming nation. Everything you see, all the products you see are made in Indonesia, it's made in China, made in Japan, made somewhere else, man. Even the cars. Most of the cars that are bought are foreign, or Japanese cars, or German cars. America doesn't really produce good quality cars anymore. Or any car, the only real car that's American car that sells overseas, or probably like muscle cars or the Cadillacs. And Jake made Cadillac popular. Um, and I heard another voice from heaven saying, "Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, that ye not receive her plagues." Yeah, when the Lord comes, man. For her sins have reached unto heaven, and the Most High remembered her iniquities. Yeah, her sins have reached unto heaven, man. In Amos 9 and 8, behold, the eyes of the Lord power are upon the sinful kingdom, and I will destroy it from off the face of the earth, saving that I will not utterly destroy the house of Jacob. See, the Lord, yeah, because the Lord has his remnant, his elect, that he's going to deliver from that destruction. But behold, the eyes of the Lord power upon the sinful kingdom, man, upon America. Just read here, Revelation 18, her sins have reached up to heaven, all the wickedness, all the abominations, that have come out of America, false, philosophies, LGBT, feminism, all these different philosophies that come out of America, man, have reached up into heaven. Enslavement of our people, not letting us go, the witchcrafts that come out of America, this, Jim Crow. Yeah, we went to slavery thunder, but they never let us go, man. After the segregation, the Jim Crow, some say that was worse than the actual slavery, man. All this abominations that came out of America have reached unto the Most High's his eyes, man. He's seen it. The angels record everything. Behold, the eyes of the Lord power upon the sinful kingdom, man. The eyes of the Lord are the angels, man. They're all around this place and they report everything that goes on up into Yahweh Shem Yahushai, man. And the Lord said, and I will destroy it from off the face of the earth. Yeah, that nuclear missiles, man. Like we read in verse 17, man. Or Revelation 17:16. He says, I will burn her with fire, make her desolate, he shall eat her flesh, burn her with fire. All these nations that got that nuclear missiles, man, they're going to turn and they're going to blast those missiles on America. Revelation 18:6, back in Revelation 18:6, reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her double according to her works. And the cup which she hath filled, fill unto her double. Yeah, this place is going to get that double destruction, man. And Esau is going to get it worse. He's going to get that double. Like whatever we got, Esau is going to get that double in the kingdom, man. The hell that we caught, he's going to get that double. How much she hath glorified herself and lived deliciously. So much torment and sorrow give her. For she saith in her heart, I sit a queen. I am no widow, and shall see no sorrow. Yeah, it's the pride of Esau, man. Just like when you read in Obadiah. It says, Obadiah 1 and 3, and the pride of thine heart hath deceived thee. Thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock. Talking about Esau, man. He's a cave dweller. That's his natural habitation. That's why he builds these skyscrapers up really high. That's why he likes living out up there in the hills and by the shrubs, man. Getting burned out. He loves living up in them hills. He loves having them tall ass skyscrapers. Why? Because it reminds him of them caves, man. Them hills. It reminds him of Petra. Spiritually. whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? That's the proud, man. He's so, he's been put up on such a high level. He's been in rulership for such a long time, man. In his heart, he really feels that he's never going to go down. Yeah, Donald Trump is full of pride, man, full of ego. He's been rich his whole life. He's been up on a high position his whole life. Billionaire, man. His heart, he doesn't feel like he's ever going to go down, man. The rest of these Edomites of America, they feel like they're never going to go down. It says, who shall bring me down to the ground? Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou shalt set thy nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down, saith the Lord. So yeah, man, Lord's, step by step. When he set his nest among the stars, and we set up that International Space Station, when he took those Apollo missions during the 70s, right around the same time when the word was published, Robert Bivens, man, and then the late 60s, early 70s, and Apollo missions up there to the atmosphere, setting up that space station. That's when the Lord slowly started bringing this place down, man. The Lord said, once he set his nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down. So once you put that space station up there, man, that's when this place started slowly going down. We're seeing it slowly, slowly, slowly. Now it's on a free fall, man. He says, shall see no sorrow, but they are going to see sorrow. The Lord said right here, verse 8, Revelation 18 and 8, therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burned with fire. For strong is the Lord power, who judgeth her, man. So one day, you're going to see all that sorrow, man. Mourning and famine. And the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and lived deliciously with her shall bewail her, and shall lament for her, and shall see the smoke of her burning. Yeah, because this place is going to be hit with 200 million missiles. So it's going to be a lot of fire, a lot of destruction, and a lot of smoke. And that's going to see, they're going to see that from the other ends of the earth. To see all that smoke from the other ends of the earth, man. And they're going to be wail for her because you're not going to be able to make no money off her no more. Standing afar off for the fear of her torment, saying, alas, alas, this great city Babylon, that mighty city, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come. Yeah, and the merchants of the earth shall weep and mourn over her, for no man buyeth her merchandise anymore. Yeah, they place it, the cash cow is dried up. But the point, in 1 hour is thy judgment come. That's how bad that destruction's going to be for 1 hour, man. 200 million missiles. It took, 300 years, over 300 years to build this place up. Most High, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua is going to destroy this place in 1 hour, man. That's how bad it's going to be, man. All right. So, yeah, they shall hate the whore, man. They're going to burn her with fire. But, yeah, we're starting to see it. These EU nations that are in league with Babylon the Great, America, they're starting to, he's ruffling the feathers up, man. America's ruffling the feathers, stirring up that pot. People are starting to build up their hatred towards this place. And we're going to see more and more of it, man. It's only been, we're in the second month. And, he's already pissing the whole world off, man. But yeah, with that, shalom.